Workers who earn minimum wage will soon be getting a raise, and it's been a long time coming.
The federal minimum wage was raised to $7.25 an hour 10 years ago in July, but under a bill signed in Carson City today by Governor Steve Sisolak, it's going to start increasing soon.
Politics Now co-host Steve Sisolak has been following that story for us today. Steve?
Well, Brian and Christiane, as you guys know, in Nevada, we actually have two minimum wages. If you offer health benefits to your workers, you can pay the federal minimum wage of $7.25 an hour. But if you don't offer benefits, you have to pay a higher wage. That's $8.25 an hour. Now, under Assembly Bill 456, however, those wages will start rising by 75 cents per year starting next July until in 2024 it reaches $12 per hour for those who don't offer health benefits and $11 for those who do. Assembly Speaker Jason Frierson said Wednesday that the new wages were the result of a lot of conversations and a little bit of compromise.
You know, let's remember, business owners were at the table. This was a very collaborative conversation about what makes sense for our state. And we didn't necessarily want to mimic what any other states did. So we talked with the chambers, we talked with large and small business owners to find out what we could do to help improve our economy here, but not put people out of business. And so the $12 over a 5-year period was something that I think ultimately landed in most folks' comfort level.
Now, Frierson acknowledged that some cities have raised their minimum wages to $15 an hour, and some states have passed laws to phase in a $15 wage over time. Progressive groups wanted Nevada's wage set at $15 per hour and were disappointed that they didn't get it. But the Speaker said today's bill signing was just the beginning of the conversation and that future increases could be made in the future.
No, it was a road to get here, and I think it took a lot of work involving stakeholders, some of which wanted more, some of which wanted less or a shorter time. But this was a reflection of messages we got at the door of voters, of what voters wanted to see. I think a $1,500 a year raise for somebody making minimum wage is significant.
Another thing that may be significant, Assembly Joint Resolution 10, which passed on party line votes, it would amend the Constitution to raise the minimum wage to $12 an hour regardless of health benefits, but it would also allow the legislature to enact future increases in the wage. AJR 10 will have to pass the 2021 legislature and then go to voters for approval on the ballot in 2022. Governor Sisolak signed a number of other bills today, including a controversial one that keeps the business payroll tax at its current level. It had been scheduled to fall to a lower rate. Republicans contend that's the same thing as a tax increase, and they predicted a lawsuit because Democrats didn't pass the bill by 2/3 in the Senate, which the Constitution requires if it's actually a tax increase. So we may see some lawsuits about that. $100 million at stake there.
We'll keep an eye on it, as will you. Thanks so much, Steve.
Yeah, absolutely.